In July 1955, UT announced that for the first time it would cease its open admissions policy and impose standardized test-based evaluations to determine who would get admitted. It wasn't a coincidence that this announcement came just 2 months after the Brown v. Board Supreme Court decision ordered public schools to desegregate. Then UT President Logan Wilson reassured UT's segregationist donors that the purpose of implementing, quote, a selective admissions policy for all students without reference to racial origin was to avoid appearing to discriminate, unquote. The administration wanted colorblind segregation. At UT, as across the country, actual integration was a hard fight, and it's an unfinished one. In fall 2018, Texas's population was 40% Latinx and 13% Black, while UT Austin's student population was 21% Latinx and 5% Black. Dr. Edmund T. Gordon, the Vice Provost for Diversity at UT Austin, believes the university should increase the undergraduate population to remedy these racial discrepancies and to achieve its purpose, mass education.
We've artificially limited the number of spaces. It's made it a scarce item. So it makes it competitive, which means that you're leaving Texans out who can do the work and who might want to do the work at institutions like this. And that then means when we have scarcity, being equitable and inclusive is a problem. And this university has a problem with that.
However, while this sounds like a perfect solution, there are real difficulties with increasing the undergraduate population. Dr. Miguel Wasilewski, the Director of Undergraduate Admissions at UT Austin, says there are factors that limit the number of students that the university can admit.
The university has a set enrollment that they feel will be able to comfortably accommodate the students from an academic sense, availability of faculty, availability of courses, availability of housing, and also the availability of student support services. What's really important is that when students come here to the university, that they get the best possible education, not just inside the classroom, but outside of the classroom.
While pragmatic concerns suggest the necessity of a conservative solution to UT Austin's lack of diversity, it's worth remembering the initial solution to segregation, a sweeping Supreme Court ruling calling for massive change, quote, with all deliberate speed, unquote. Meanwhile, a major cause of that ruling's failure at UT came in July 1955, when the UT Regents used scarcity to argue for standardized testing in admissions and thereby inhibit integration. We have to seriously ask if pragmatism is acceptable when it has been used in the past to support an oppressive status quo and, regardless of the intent behind it, still does today.